In this deeply personal and emotional story, we follow Marcus Reed, a dedicated teacher from Chicago, as he grapples with the brutal police assault of his former student, Jamal. What begins as a case of mistaken identity quickly unravels into a haunting reflection on systemic racism, community trauma, and the quiet resilience that grows out of heartbreak. Police brutality isn't new, but this one broke me. It is a powerful narrative about pain, hope, and the importance of never going silent in the face of injustice. I've seen things that made me question my place in this country. But nothing, not the marches, not the videos, not the hashtags, prepared me for what happened to Jamal. This one broke me. It was the summer of 2022, and heat rose off the cracked sidewalks of our South Side Chicago neighborhood like a warning. I'd grown up on these streets, knew the corners that whispered danger and the ones that felt like home. My name is Marcus Reed, 33 years old, second-grade teacher, born and raised in the city. I wasn't an activist. Not really. Just a black man trying to live, trying to survive, and trying to do right by the kids I taught and the community that raised me. And Jamal? He was one of my best students 3 years ago. Bright, sharp. That boy had a smile that could stop a storm. He was 17 now, and I still saw him sometimes, riding his bike past the school or helping his mom carry groceries from the bus stop. He'd wave, respectful, still calling me Mr. Reed. That's who Jamal was. That's who he used to be. It happened on a Wednesday afternoon. I remember because I had just finished prepping lesson plans when my phone started blowing up texts from former students, a voicemail from Jamal's mom, and a link to a live stream video. When I opened it, I saw chaos. Jamal, face down on the concrete, screaming out in pain. A white police officer's knee pressing into his back. Another officer shouting something I couldn't make out. Sirens blaring in the background. People yelling, "He's just a kid." He didn't do anything. The camera was shaking, but I saw the fear in Jamal's eyes, wide and wet with disbelief. I could hear his voice, cracked, panicked, full of desperation. I didn't do nothing, man. I just had my headphones in. I didn't hear you. It didn't matter. Witnesses later said Jamal was crossing the street, hoodie on, AirPods in, humming to some Kendrick Lamar song. He didn't see or hear the police cruiser roll up behind him. The officers claimed he matched the description of a robbery suspect. Black teen, gray hoodie bike. That's all it took. They told him to stop, but he kept walking, didn't hear them. So they tackled him from behind, slammed his face to the pavement, dislocated his shoulder, sprained his ankle, broke something in him you can't see on an X-ray, all because he matched the description. I went to the hospital that night. His mom, Keisha, sat by his side, clutching his hand like she was trying to hold the pieces of him together. His eye was swollen shut, lip split, and that light, the one he always carried, the spark that made you believe he was going to make it out of the system and do something, was dim. "Mr. Reed," he whispered, barely able to move. I didn't even know they was talking to me. I swallowed the lump in my throat. "I know, son. I know." The days that followed were a blur of community meetings, news reports, and protests. The body cam footage was released, grainy, partial, and edited. But enough of it showed what we already knew. Excessive force, zero resistance, no weapon, no threat. Still, the department defended the officers, said they were operating within protocol. No charges, no suspension, just a reminder of what our lives are worth in their eyes. I tried to go back to teaching, but something had changed. I'd always been able to shield my students from the worst of the world outside, kept the classroom a safe space. But now, when I looked at the faces of the young black boys in my care, I didn't just see students. I saw targets. What do you tell a child when the people meant to protect them are the ones they need protection from? 2 weeks after the attack, Jamal stopped by my classroom. He moved slowly, his limp still visible. But he made it. "Mr. Reed," he said, dropping into the chair across from my desk. "I don't think I can go back to how it was." I nodded. "You're not supposed to." He looked down at his hands. "I used to think if you were good, like really good, you'd be safe. Like, if you didn't cause no trouble, they'd leave you alone." I wanted to tell him that was true. I wanted to say, Keep your head down, stay respectful, and you'll be okay. But I couldn't lie to him. They don't always see us for who we are, Jamal, but we still gotta be who we are. We don't shrink. We don't vanish. We show up, even when it hurts. He nodded, tears rolling silently down his cheeks. That moment broke something in both of us. But maybe it also built something new. The community rallied hard. We organized marches, demanded justice, flooded City Hall meetings, and started a scholarship fund in Jamal's name for youth impacted by police violence. Still, no officers were fired. No apologies were made. But Jamal, he found his voice. He started speaking at rallies, telling his story, not just for himself, but for the countless others who never got the chance. He still has a limp, still flinches when he hears sirens. But he's alive, and he's fighting, because police brutality isn't new. But this one broke me, not because it was the worst, but because it was close. Because it wasn't a headline from another city. It was my street, my student, my reality. And because it reminded me that the real war isn't always loud or bloody. Sometimes it's silent, suffocating, and sanctioned. It's a slow erosion of trust, the shrinking of a child's hope, the suffocating fear that your skin is your sentence. But still we rise, because Jamal's still here, and we owe him more than silence. If this story moved you, hit that subscribe button and join us as we shine a light on untold truths, real-life stories, and voices that matter. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a powerful drop.